Then,
Ayan, okay.
Ayan.
Yes. Hi,
Hello.
Migs! Kumusta?
Hello, Pipi Lisel! Ang tagal na.
Ano ba pinagkakaabalahan mo ngayon?
Yun nga, ang dami kasing pinagkakaabalahan dahil sa pag-aaral, sa iba pang mga activities. Pero ngayon, nakaka-excite. This is my first time of 2025.
Wow! Oo nga.
Yan.
And just for the information of everyone, this is Meg's second doctorate. So talagang napakasipag mag-aral. And he's really intelligent. Syempre, di ba, mentor ko siya sa public speaking, kaya naman yan. So Megs, what are we going to have tonight? I'm so excited.
Grabe, ang daming mga talentadong Pilipino na ang daming nakita natin. Si Sofronio, di ba? Yung nanalo The Voice, no?
The Voice, yes.
Na hindi nakita ang talento or doon siya nagpakita ng talento sa ibang bansa.
Napaiyak nga ako. Imagine knowing na yung dito, no, hindi pala siya, walang nag-turn ng chair when he competed here. But suddenly he won in US. Yes. Very good, no? Kaka-proud. Proud to be Filipino talaga, oo.
Pipilisel, dito ko nakikita na talaga pag ang mga Pilipino, no, katulad ko, I'm a nurse by profession, ang lagi namin sinasabi, we are best for Filipinos and choice of the world.
Yes,
so hindi lang pala
also a nurse, remember that?
Ayan, Pipilisel, tayo mga nurse. Yun lagi paulit-ulit sa amin sinasabi. At hindi lang pala sa ating healthcare providers, no? Mamaya, no, nakaka-excite, merong isang Pilipino na talagang nakaka-proud na siya ay nagiging leader ng isa pang malaking distrito dito sa ating Rotary. So, sana ma-inspire tayo sa kanyang story at kung paano pa natin malilid, lalo na sa atin dito sa Philippines, ang ating mga ka-Rotarian, no? At paano rin makikita natin hindi lang sa Rotary but also the non-Rotarians, no? Baka marami tayong makukuhang tip, no, para sa mga organization, lalo na sa leadership. Okay.
And not only that, Migs, kakanta siya in the end. Yan.
What? Magdo-do it ka. Yes. Okay. Let's start.
Yo man, alam mo ba yung Rotary District? 3820, yung boses ng komunidad, online radio. Oo naman man, sila yung tumutulong sa mga kabataan at komunidad. Saka balita ko, ang dami nilang mga project ngayon eh. Doon niya ako pupunta ngayon eh, para sumali sa kanila. Tara!
Tanging lakas at pag-asa'y taglay natin, kasama sa pagbangon ng mithiin. Kalakasan ng komunidad sa bawat takbang, pananampalataya sa amang lumikhang. Ang Rotary District, sila ay nakatutok, boses ng komunidad kasama sa mga pagsubok. Inuuna ang paglilingkod bago ang sarili, tapat sa apat na hakbang sa pagsusuri. Katotohanan lamang at katarungan, kabutihan ng loob may pakinabang. Kaya lahat tayo'y tumutok sa katotok, sa ating komunidad, sila ay nakatutok. Katotok ng komunidad ating pag-asa, pagmamahal, kapit-bisig, sama-sama, kalinga, pagunlad at pagtutulungan. Bawat pagsiklab ng araw ay may bayanihan. Katotok ng komunidad ating pag-asa, pagmamahal, kapit-bisig, sama-sama, kalinga, pagunlad at pagtutulungan. Bawat pagsiklab ng araw ay may bayanihan. Di nauubos ang pag-asa sa ating mga kamay, sa bawat puso may liwanag na tinataglay. Walang sawang paggabay sa taong bayan, pagmamahal sa kapwa at laging maaasahan. Sa bawat kalamidad na dumaan, presensya ng Rotary palaging naandyan. Kasama natin nung umpisa hanggang ngayon, mga programang sa atin lamang nakatuon. Mga pangangailangan ng mga kababayan, pag narinig mo ang pangalan, ibang klaseng kasiyahan. Di tayo pinabayaan anumang pinagdaanan, kayo ang nagbigay pag-asa sa mga kabataan. Katotok ng komunidad ating pag-asa, pagmamahal, kapit-bisig, sama-sama, kalinga, pagunlad at pagtutulungan. Bawat magsiklab ng araw ay may bayanihan. Katotok ng komunidad ating pag-asa, pagmamahal, kapit-bisig, sama-sama, kalinga, pagunlad at pagtutulungan. Bawat magsiklab ng araw ay may bayanihan. Katotok ng komunidad ating pag-asa, pagmamahal, kapit-bisig, sama-sama, kalinga, pagunlad at pagtutulungan. Bawat magsiklab ng araw ay may bayanihan. Katotok ng komunidad ating pag-asa, pagmamahal, kapit-bisig, sama-sama, kalinga, pagunlad at pagtutulungan. bawat pagsiklab ng araw ay may bayanihan.
Okay! Welcome back.
Yes.
Ito na.
Ito
Let
na.
me introduce to you. This is our year 2, episode 23. So with the theme, our Rotary leader story, Michael's magical minutes as Melbourne first Filipino governor. And now I call
Yay!
on our very special guest this evening, our district governor, Michael Lapina, District 9800, Melbourne, Australia.
Hello, Michael. How are you?
Oh, well, I'm very, very good. This is amazing. This whole public image event is just fantastic. I wish we could do this in Melbourne.
Maybe we can do the reunion for the GB here, right? And
That would
someday,
be
yeah.
great.
I'm thinking about it in my mind actually. You know, Mix, before we start, I just want to tell everyone that during 2017, pwede naman magtagalog, no? Baka mag-nosebleed. Okay. Michael was here in the Philippines as a GVE team leader, no? So, bale, during the time of the late Passenger Governor Dindo Katigbak, no? And ako naman, yung counterpart ni Michael went to their district in 9800 and meet all the wonderful people there in 9800 na hanggang ngayon na sobrang tumanim sa puso ko na feeling ko I have a family in Melbourne, Australia. And you know, that really made me, sabi ko nga that's one of the best experience I ever have in my life, no, in my journey in Rotary. And Michael will tell you more about it later. So, first question, Michael. Paano ka ba nag-involve sa Rotary?
Oh, geez. I'll try to talk a bit of Tagalog, but the Tagalog is very tough. So
No, you can speak in English. It's okay. We're just the host is the one who's going to speak in Taglish because it's going to be very hard for us.
You know, I can still understand Tagalog, so I can don't go back. But you know, I started in Rotary. I got invited to join Rotary back in 2005, so 20 years ago, and I was invited by members of Rotary Club of Central Melbourne, and this is a very special club to you, Lizelle, because they were the host, one of your hosts.
Yes.
In fact, past District Governor Neville John.
Neville John
He's like my father in Rotary.
Yeah.
I know he treated you like a daughter as well. But I got invited to that club, and seriously, I didn't know what Rotary was back then. I knew that I needed something. I wanted to be part of something bigger. I wanted to give back, and I wanted
to. How old are you then?
Mako-compute.
Okay. I was very young. I was 31.
Oh.
31. So I'm 51 now, but I was 31 when I joined. And interestingly, it was part of my career where I needed mentors. I was very insecure about the hierarchy of because I worked at the National Australia Bank. I was a project manager in IT. So I worked at the National Australia Bank and did a lot of major projects, but I was very insecure about, even though I was a manager already, I was insecure about hierarchy. And it wasn't until I met Rotarians who were all, managing directors, CEOs, and I realized that they were just like me. So, and the passion and the love, when you think of something that is beyond just work, you think about your contribution to something greater. It's a great leveler of people. It tells you that regardless of what what level you are in your or what position you are in your business, you are highly regarded because you share the same passion and the same values as the person right next to you. So
Exactly.
what then matters is not about your management ability, it's about the uniqueness and the strengths that you bring to help deliver to the communities that you're trying to serve. So that's what changed me. That's what Rotary did for me.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Grabe.
Grabe,
Grabe
no?
yun. Unang question pa lang, ano? Grabe.
Ang dami ng ano, no,
oo.
laman.
I'm young at the Rotary world. Pero nung kabataan ko, nasama ako sa mga medical mission ng daddy. Past
Wonderful.
president of Downtown Lemery. Shout out sa mga Downtown Lemery members. So I love how you, Governor, how did you enter the Rotary? You have different motivation, but
Yeah.
malalim pala siya. Napaka-deep, no? Yung ano. I love how you mentioned the equality, no?
Yeah.
Because tama ka, no? Kahit dito sa amin sa Batangas, nagtataka sila, kaibigan mo pala si Vice Governor o Governor. Sabi, oo, kaibigan ko, Rotarian. Ganun ba? So, doon nila nakikita that it's not the position, it's not the authority, it's not the power, but I love how you said it, that it is the passion and the purpose, no, life purpose, no. Kaya tayo nagkakaging equal. Yon.
Yeah.
That's my takeaway.
Riggs, you know, if I could just add to that, because you mentioned purpose, one of the biggest things that I have been guided by in my leadership is that everyone has a purpose, and the Japanese call it ikigai.
Yeah,
Ikigai.
Yeah,
you always
ikigai.
mention that, Michael. Can you tell me more about it? In everything that you say, you always mention ikigai. Though I read the book and I love it.
Yeah, it's
I have read
amazing,
it.
isn't it? The interesting thing about that is it's unique, and even though it's unique for every single person, it changes every single day because things might happen. Like something happens to you at work, something happens to your family, something happens to you, your health, your well-being. So all of these things change your purpose, and what we need to realize is that when we get a common purpose with people next to us in Rotary, that's where the strength comes from. So regardless, you know how sometimes people say, Rotary is an elite. It's all for the elite. Yeah. It's not. It's for people who are so comfortable with coming to terms with their belonging, their feeling of belonging, their feeling of their purpose, that they feel like they're part of something so big and so powerful that they don't care about hierarchy. They just want to contribute with the person next to them. They feel like they belong because that's their purpose and it's a shared purpose. Now, when the purpose of the person next to you changes, you need to find out what that is so that both of you can come to an alignment, because if you're going this way and then they're going this way, it becomes very hard. And we find that, sometimes we lose Rotarians in clubs, they go somewhere else. Well, often, if you just find out before they decide to go what their purpose is, and it's changed, like you have to ask them every day, then you can certainly find their purpose and then realign them so that, or you realign yourself to them so that you rediscover the strength between both of you. And once you've got that strength, Rotary is strong. And people think, oh my gosh, I can't be that because I haven't found my value and my purpose yet. And to them, it's elite. It's not elite. It's for everyone. It is for everyone.
Michael, you mentioned when you were here in the Philippines, you mentioned that your experience here in the Philippines changed your passion for Rotary. Can you tell us more about it? So that people can, if you can learn more about it.
Yeah. Look, I have to thank Lizelle. You were one of the ones that I really, really have to thank a lot, because even before I went to the Philippines for the Group Vocational Exchange, you were already looking after me. We were talking, and
you were looking after me there.
Yeah.
You know,
Look, it was
versa,
beautiful.
Michael.
But I have to thank all the clubs that hosted us, and also I have to thank past, and give honor to past District Governor Dindo Katigbak, because what he did for us was absolutely phenomenal. And you remember, it wasn't an easy
Yeah.
exchange. It wasn't an easy
Yes.
exchange. So the clubs that I visited, Batangas, Rotary Club of Batangas, Mataas na Kahoy. I think
Mhm.
Marites is there. I saw Marites in the chat.
Oh,
Hi, Marites. So
Yeah.
I I have so much love for. I made so many amazing friends. But the interesting thing that for me, before I became the Group Vocational Exchange team leader from Australia, and I'll tell you a little thing. I wasn't a president. I wasn't a
yeah.
past president then. So there was a policy that you had to be a past president to be a group vocational exchange team leader. And the district governor, who was Neville John at the time, he uh, made a dispensation because he saw what I could contribute. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing was, up until that point, I didn't understand the internationality of Rotary. And so when I went to the Philippines, not only did I see passionate Rotarians making a significant impact, I still remember going up to this in Batangas. I think it was a school up in the hills, and Rotary had put potable water up there and a toilet up there, and they'd never had that. And I remember handing out little gifts to the kids, and I was crying because the little thing that Rotary did meant so much for them. And then when I realized that the strength of Rotary in the Philippines was because of the partnership that Rotarians make globally. For
Yeah.
instance, the dialysis
The
center in
grants.
Yes.
Manila.
In
Oh my
Tanawan, right?
goodness.
Right, right.
The partnership, I think it was with America as well as Korea. That
Uh-huh.
was amazing that you were able to Rotarians, the idea of one person was able to make a significant change
Mm.
to the lives of thousands because of the fact that they had partnerships with other Rotarians around the world. To me, that was the internationality of Rotary, and that is why I straight when I came back and I spoke to Neville, I said, Neville, I think what I need to do is become a president, because
Yeah.
I need to be a president before I can become a district governor to be able to make significant changes at the global level. So that is, to me, that really put me on the path, this journey of becoming the district governor of Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And
having
Okay. Yeah.
And Michael is the president of one of my host club, the club which really, made us cry a river when we left Melbourne because they treated us so well. And shout out to Janet and Mario and Gary and to everyone. I love you guys.
Oh, they love you so much. They love you so much. And Lisa, they still talk about you. Mario and Janet absolutely loved you. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can't. Hang on.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
the feeling runs deep,
yeah,
And
yeah.
Migs, when I left Melbourne, I felt that I left a family, and it's not just a fellow Rotarian, but the family, that we are crying so hard and all of us, and then the hug and it the hug that meant to last a lifetime, and I can
Yeah.
still feel how much they took care of us. And but it's not about me. Let's go back to you. Let's go back to you,
Uh,
Michael.
Giselle,
Okay.
I still feel the same thing, because remember when I came back, I became the district governor nominee, and I came back to the Philippines, and the first thing I did when I went back to the Philippines was call you up, because I
Yes.
I was treated like family. I'm now part of the 3820 family. You introduced me to the then governor, Gina C.
Mhm.
You introduced me to my classmate, Arnold
Yes.
Arnold.
Mendoza, who is a very, very close friend. Um, he, I love Arnold. I really do, and his family. I love him and his daughters. What he's so humble, and
Yes.
he's so I would say such a powerful being inside, and he's surrounded by such beautiful Rotarians. He's going to be very, very successful. So I love my classmate Arnold. So please pass on my my love to him. But yeah, no, I as soon as I get back to the Philippines, I want to get back with my Rotary family there. So
Okay, some of my probably learning from this sharing is number one is nung nabanggit ni Governor that sa maliit na bagay may impact, no?
yeah,
So fellow leaders, fellow Rotarians and non-Rotarians na nakikinig ngayon. So wag niyong isawalang bahala, no? Ang
mm,
mga ginagawa natin. It can
mm,
save lives, it can change the future. So ito yung sinasabi ni Gov Michael that we must appreciate in our capacity and our capability to connect with other
yeah,
resources. We're not experts. No? Paulit-ulit ko sinasabi dito, yes, I'm a nurse, we are a nurse, we have a doctor, but we can do so much. No?
yeah,
And the power of connection, ito yung sinasabi ni Pipi Lizelle and Gov Michael, is it's not that we only share ourselves, but we connect to people. Yun kasi
mm,
Yeah.
ang power ng Rotary, ano, doon ko nakita na um, yung mga pictures natin, action, pero behind that picture, mas madaming stories.
Yes, that's right.
Talaga
That's right.
nung ano, especially nung yung kay ano, yung sa Baguio, 'di ba? So kasama ko na district, no, I want to share with this because doon ko na experience na nagbuhat whoever, sabi ko, 'di ba ano 'yon? 'Di ba governor yun? 'Di ba assistant governor? Pero wala.
yeah,
walang posisyon, wala. Sabi ko, sige, buhat tayo, buhat. And nakangiti ang mga ano natin, recipients.
mm,
And that's the power of Rotary. It's not only to give service, but to connect with people and connect
Yeah.
to the capable individuals. Na yun yung
yeah,
sinasabi natin, minsan kasi akala natin hanggang dito na lang tayo. No? So sabi ko, no, maraming tutulong sa atin kasi parehas tayo ng puso, parehas tayo ng passion.
That's
And
right. That's
that makes global. No?
yeah.
yeah,
Yun yung
The
sinasabi nga ni
international
Gov kanina,
Rotary.
na parang, dito ko naramdaman na international pala or global pala yung impact natin. And yun yung nakakalungkot na nakikita namin dito naman in the local setting na, nga no, tayo lang ba? Parang ganun, tayo lang ba yung ano, nag-medical mission, tayo lang ba yung nagpa-project? And in that case, sabi ko, wow, yung pala. Kaya nga, I love how Gov Michael saw this in in his perspective, in his lens. No,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Migs,
Gov.
But
can I
I have a question. Yeah.
oh, sorry,
Sure.
Lisa, can I just share a story here?
Sure.
Because I just want to say something that about the strength of every individual.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we have a lot of members who sit back and go, "I don't know how I can contribute to
Uh-huh.
Rotary," and I'll
That's a
share with you a little story with me. And um, Lisa, you mentioned this earlier when you were introducing me. You know that I'm a singer,
of
and
course.
I thought when I came to Rotary, my my role, my contribution would be through my project management, my IT, and so I wanted to help out with doing projects. I wanted to help out in doing the website or implementing a few other IT systems. But it wasn't until Neville John asked me to be his artistic director at
During this con.
his discon, and I realized that I had a strength and a passion that Rotary values, and it became a moment of um, epiphany where I realized Rotary at that moment needed me and my unique skill more than I needed Rotary. And what that means is that my contribution to what I do naturally, like singing, actually helps Rotary expand and unite. And so since then, I've been a singer for many fundraising. I've been the artistic director for many events. I have even sung at Singapore at the closing
Yeah.
ceremony of the Singapore International Convention with
Mhm.
Heather McAnally, and so I and there's going to be a surprise in Calgary as well. So I'm not allowed to talk about it yet, but there's going to be a surprise in Calgary. So no, but Migs, you are so right that everyone has a uniqueness that they can contribute, and sometimes it's not about the being part of a project, but
Yeah,
actually extending what you are passionate about to create the opportunities to help Rotary. So
that's
there's
right.
a place for everyone in Rotary.
Michael, we're talking a lot about service, but I want to ask about your experience. I went to Melbourne, right, 9800, and how do you manage to be the first governor, no Filipino governor in 9800? When I attended, makes when I attended
Mm,
Rotary Club of Melbourne, you're just given a few minutes to stand there, introduce yourself, and you can just say just a little, because the meeting is just for an hour and there's so many attendants. It's about 100, and then
yeah,
if even if you're speaking and the meeting is finished, then they're going to turn off they're so strict with
yeah,
everything.
yeah. I I was it's called the imposter syndrome, and a lot of us feel it sometimes when we get into, for instance, I'm district governor. How could I, Michael Lapina, just this humble Filipino who came to Australia when he was 3 and grew up here, how could I be the governor of Rotary International here in District 9800 and speak with the senior officers of the Rotary Club of Melbourne, the oldest and
The
biggest
oldest.
Rotary Club in Australia? It's over 100 years old now, and
Yes.
so you sit there and I really got intimidated, and
Yeah, I
but
also feel that's where I got so feel so intimidated. I feel that, my God, I don't feel that I belong, but they call
yeah,
my name and they allow me to. Then I said,
yeah.
oh, it's good. It's a
Do you
good feeling.
know? Do you know the amazing thing about Rotary? And I did it when I became the district governor nominee.
Uh-huh.
Anywhere you go in the world with the Rotary, if you have this Rotary symbol
Love.
or you've got the Rotary pin, they treat you like one of their own,
Yes.
regardless. And so when I was the DGN, I started introducing myself to many of those big Rotary clubs here in Melbourne because I knew that they were very, very hard on district governors visiting.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But the thing was, they started to get to know me.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
going to
Oh,
rain.
yeah, that that
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah. I remember the four
yeah,
season weather in Melbourne.
Four Seasons in Portland.
Yeah, four seasons in a day.
But it was 38 degrees here this morning. So, but but what I found was the more I visited them, the more they saw me as one of their family members. And so when I arrived as the district governor, the role of the district governor, the role, not the person, but the role itself, so the office of district governor, automatically has a certain level of respect given to it. When I walked in, they saw me, but they also saw me as their family member friend. And so for me to stand up there, I wasn't feeling nervous, I wasn't feeling intimidated. But the most important thing was, I felt like I was able to talk to them like I'm talking to you right now, as family members, as friends, and they heard my message. And that was really, really important because right now, Melbourne, our district, our zone is going through a very, very um, hard time at the moment with a regionalization pilot. And that regionalization pilot is about trying to stop our membership that's going down like this. And so we're in an important part of Rotary here at the moment in Australia where we need to change the way we look at membership. And we need to change the way we look at holding on to members and valuing every single member that we have here. Because if we don't do that, we're going to lose them. And that's what's been happening.
Right, that's right.
So talking to members, talking to any of those Rotary clubs, I've established them very, very good. And I actually learned this from many of the people there, that partnership, fellowship, and just integrity of who you are, authenticity is the most important thing. I saw it, I remember when I went to, I think it could have been Lucena, and every single guy there would have a drink. The meeting had finished, but they'd still be there for another 2 hours because
I think
fellowship
that's Lucena Central.
Lucena Central, that's right.
Wow.
It was,
I remember that.
they would drink for so long because the partnership, the fellowship was so important to be able to establish that relationship.
Connection.
Correct, Nick. That So
Connection.
again, it goes back to that connection, but authentic connection, really being there and being present when you're there.
Yes. Wow. So, follow-up question, Gov. So, what are your greatest challenge? So, probably you've mentioned already this
Yeah.
membership. So,
Yeah.
how did you solve, or what's your plan?
Look, I think it's very hard because as a district governor, you're only here for 12 months. And you know that for the last 2 years, you've been working as the nominee elect, and all you've been doing is learning how to be the governor. And you learn how to be the governor, but you're also learning about your clubs
Mm.
and every single member in your district.
Mm.
So that's the journey. So when you get into the seat, you sit there and you go, well, what can I do to make a difference in 12 months? Now, the real learning here is not about thinking about what you can do today. President Stephanie Urchik and I are very, very close friends. We became friends in 2018 when she
Oh.
came to Australia as the Ripper. And I actually sang for her. I sang the American national anthem while she was there as the Ripper. And I remember as I sang there, I looked down and she was crying. So ever since then, President Stephanie and I have been extremely good friends. And in fact, during the International Assembly last year, she asked me to sing the national anthem there, the American national anthem there for her again. So we have a very, very special bond. One of the most important things I learned from her, and she's a very close mentor. I think you know Jessie Harmon as well. Jessie Harmon.
Yeah,
Jessie
yeah, yeah.
Harmon
Our
also a very
director.
yeah. She's also a very close mentor, and in fact, a neighbor. She lives a few kilometers away. But Jessie Harmon and Stephanie said to me, "Don't try to make a difference in your year. What you should be trying to do is make a difference in the 3 years after you." Which means
Mm-hmm.
that for you to really be impactful in Rotary, you don't try to do a project for today. You set it up with the leaders who are coming up after you. And so you establish a good relationship. For me, I've got a very close relationship with my governor elect. In fact, we're so close I call him my twin, and or he calls me his twin, almost like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito twin.
Oh yeah.
But and I'm also close friends with the governor nominee, so that when I'm talking to them and we're talking about some of the issues that we're trying to address today, these plans that we're trying to do is all about what they're going to deliver, not necessarily what I want to deliver today. So,
That's good.
you know, governors who come in with their legacy project, I want to do this now. That is not me. Having said that, though, there are a few things that I'm doing right now, but they're to set up for the next 2, 3, 4 years. And in Rotary, we need to be thinking of continuity. And that is something that in Stephanie Urchik's words, that's one of her strategies at the moment, continuity. I liken it to, you know, when we talk about end polio, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 40 years ago, we had 350,000 cases every year. If it wasn't for the continuity of every single international president with the same message of end polio zero, Zero.
Yeah.
We're there. You know, every single president has said that. They haven't changed. And so it's important for us as leaders to be setting continuity up, not just trying to change it because it's my ego and I want to do something different. And that's my legacy that I want to leave now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest challenge. Yeah. So
Thank you very much, Gov. So some takeaway from this is the sustainability and continuity. So yun yung mahirap din because you want also to be highlighted on your term. However, I love how you do it selflessly, no? So you've done your part, and if 12 months it's short. So probably yun nga. Mas maganda nga po na nagkakaroon ng meeting of the minds of the three leaders, no, nominee and the elect. Thank
yeah.
you. Go.
Michael, my question is there something that you experience here in the Philippines that you want to bring in the in Rotary in the culture in Australia?
I
And
do. Yeah. You
what
know,
is
it
that
um
you want
you
to
know
inculcate?
you and PDG Gina are my inspirations for this because for me, we always look at Australia as being a first world country. We'll say first world country,
Yes.
and often we're exporting quite a lot of our service to places like the Philippines, like Vietnam, Cambodia, Nepal. We're exporting it, and therefore we are the global partners every single time we do a global grant in those areas. But
Yes,
what I
yes.
what I learned was that we could partner with people like Korea or Japan or even yourselves, and it doesn't have to be much, but we can access global grants just by creating those small partnerships. A club in the Philippines, for instance, if they had $1,000 that could help us establish, say, an entrecoma program for our indigenous in the heart of Australia, that automatically opens up that project to an international grant. And we could ask other district governors at districts around the world to contribute to that and get the the maximum scalability that's possible through a global grant. Now we always push out, but why can't we come in? And I've been talking to uh, PDG Gina, who is just an absolute mentor. I love her. She's actually my ripper for my
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
son.
yeah. I might
Oh,
join her.
so, oh, please do. We'll do a reunion in Adelaide
Yeah,
in
yeah,
South
yeah.
Australia.
Keeping my finger crossed.
Yeah. But for me, that is one of the biggest things that I learned from the Philippines. Don't be afraid to ask for help overseas because Rotary is international and it's there to help you service your community.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's good, no? And you can help a lot of people if you partner with Global Grant. There are people that you can reach, but with Global Grant, if you can go a long, long way into helping a lot of people, a
Yeah.
thousand people.
Absolutely.
It's a
Yeah.
really good project.
Yeah. 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 So how are we
So
going? Have I said too much or am I talking too much?
no, no, no,
Nice
it's
to
going
No,
see
good.
you.
no, no.
It's amazing that how things that you're sharing that then we just want to hear your voice. You took as always, no, when I first met Michael, and he's on Nasser Dumo, just like Stephanie Orchik, I really, I cried, and I was so mesmerized by it. It's one of, that's the first time I heard someone singing live, like, I'm in a soap opera, I watching an opera. It's really amazing, and Michael is really, really good. Oh, sample daw who's saying
Sample.
Oh,
oh,
Yan.
Gina is
Oh,
here.
G.
Gina's here. Hello, Gina. I look. I promise. I won't do the sample now because I'll do it at the end.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah,
if
yeah.
I do the
But
sample now, we're not going to be able to talk about
oh,
anything
yeah,
else.
just a little bit, Michael, because come on, come on, come on. My favorite
Now,
letter din po. Now, please.
now,
Yeah. Then we'll talk a little bit more.
little bit. Smile me honest, like yours I'm That's enough.
Ang bitin, oh my God.
Grabe, bitin naman birthday.
And you know what I love about Michael is he always sung in the church, singing Ama Namin, and
Oh my gosh.
you really represent the
Yeah.
Filipino values. And you know
Yeah.
what I love about Michael is his love for his family.
Yeah.
It's really amazing how close they are with Nina, with the kids. Alex is now a
Yeah.
Rotarian. Can you tell us more about it? Bringing your family into Rotary.
Into Rotary.
Do you know what's interesting? And I'm so proud of this. When I was the president at Wyndham Rotary, so
Yeah.
only 2 years after I came back from
Uh-huh,
I got nominated to be president. But when I was president, halfway through my president year, Alex was turning 18. My son Alex, my number two, was turning 18, and I said to him, "Hey, it's Christmas. You've just finished year 12, which is final year high school, about to go into university." And I said, "So what do you want? What do you want? Do you want a new car? Not that I could afford it. It would just be a very cheap car. Or do you want a trip overseas or interstate, just to celebrate that you finished your studies?" And he said, "Dad, I want to do what you do." I said, "What do you mean?" He said,
Oh,
"I want to be a Rotarian." I was like, and then he
amazing.
said, "And I want you to be the one that inducts me." And I was like,
Oh,
"What?" And so on Christmas, at our Christmas meeting, I inducted Alex into my club, and within a year, get this. So this wasn't from me. Within a year, he ended up getting a. He was recognized as a Paul Harris Fellow. Within a year, and he's got two now.
you're so
He's sapphire now. So
proud naman, diba?
yeah, definitely. Then at the end of my president year, Nina wanted to be a
Yeah.
Rotarian. My wife Nina wanted to be
Uh-huh.
a Rotarian. So I inducted her in my second last meeting, as presiding president. And then not long after that, I became this governor elect.
Uh-huh.
Alex had joined a new club, an e-club called Rotary Club Activate. And
Uh-huh.
Alex became the president there.
Oh.
And so I was governor elect at the time. And
Uh-huh.
when I became governor, Alex inducted his older brother and younger sister. So
Oh.
my three children and my wife are all Rotarians. They're all in Activate. Nina's transferred her membership to Activate. So they're all in Activate. I'm still in Wyndham.
Uh-huh.
But I was able to preside at the changeover when
Uh-huh.
Alex inducted all of them into his club. And so for me, and now Alex is acting as my governor's aide. So he travels with me everywhere.
I
Um,
saw it. I saw it.
and he reminds me of everything that I forget.
Uh-huh.
I'm the governor. So Alex is and my family have been so supportive and so passionate. In fact, my sister, who used to be a Rotarian at Central Melbourne,
Uh-huh.
has asked Alex to induct her into Activate as well. So she's coming
Oh.
back as a Rotarian again. So Alex's Alex's club started with 5 at the start of this year and now has 35. So he's inducted 30 people in just this
Oh
year, in
my
the last 6 months.
God.
Yeah.
I think Alex is going to be a governor someday.
I reckon he's probably going to be international president. He'll be international president.
Wow.
Oh my God. He will be the first
Mahusay.
the second Filipino Rotary International president.
Amazing.
That's amazing. That will be, makes
Napakahusay.
the kids sobrang babait, walang ere, Pilipinong-Pilipino, walang kayabang-yabang na mga bata. Sobrang They're sobrang amazing magpalaki ni Nina and ni Michael.
Thank
And
you.
you know, in Australia, you always call them by first name. They don't want to call you governor. They don't want to call you no. That's the first thing that I always call Neville, Governor Neville, and say, Lizelle, if you call me governor again, I'm going to get mad at you. And I said, like, just
Yeah.
call me Neville. And you know, everyone there, you just call me first name. There's no title, so it's everyone is treated equal. And in their club meeting, you know, it's a wonderful feeling how they embrace us, how they welcome us. We didn't feel first. We felt that we're going to be, you know, we're not going to be that comfortable because we're Asian, and you know, there's going to be it will not be that what do you call that? There will be a discrimination, but no, you know, that is what you can say, the you can feel the internationality of Rotary, just like what kung ano yung naramdaman dito ni Michael, doble-doble yung naramdaman namin doon, na-amaze kami. Yun nga lang, walang kanin doon.
Lang
Yeah. Michael,
Yes.
I have another question to you. You know, among all the Rotarians that you've met, you know, who do you look up to, and you will that and what thing during your ngayong governor ka, ano yung hindi mo makakalimutan that you will always remember as long as you live, you know, yung experience mo as a district governor? And
Wow. That,
and sino?
I beg your pardon. That last bit.
Dalawa, I have two questions. Sino and
And
what experience that you will never forget for the rest of your life? Only one, ah.
Wow. As during my governor year or just my journey, my governor journey.
Sige, let's make it three. Governor journey and your Rotary
Rotary.
journey. Okay.
Okay. So, for me, look, it's all got to do with, you know, I love Stephanie Urchik. I've got so much love for her. And I remember when I was, and also Jesse Harmon. I'm hoping Jesse's not online at the moment because I'm going to embarrass myself here. Jesse Harmon and Ian Risley, so past President Ian Risley, they're very close friends because they live nearby,
Mhm.
and I speak with them often, at least once every fortnight. I'm speaking with either one of them, and they've been my wonderful mentors. And I remember when I was applying for the role of district governor. This was even before I was even elected as governor designate. All I did was look up all of these because I didn't know who Jessie Harmon was. I just read about her and knew that she was our director. And I got to hear a lot about what Jessie would say and what her values were. And even with Ian. And the values that they have was all about the member. Not about the leader, but about the member. And I remember Jessie saying to me about there's a story about the porcelain cup. And I'm not sure if you've heard it. Now, I'll probably take up too much time here, but look up Simon Sinek, Sinek,
Yeah.
and talk about. So he's talking about either the porcelain or china cup, and it talks about our office, our roles is attached to that china cup, and that china cup signifies how people will treat you. But once that's taken away, you're automatically revert back to a foam cup, you know, those polystyrene cups or the paper cup, because that's what technically all of us deserve. And deserve is a hard word. It's what we're accustomed to. It's not the role. And if we start thinking that we have that, we owe, we are, we have to get that treatment all the time, then we're not being authentic, and no one likes you. But if you have, and it comes back to the humility of realizing that without this shell or this title of district governor, I'm still Michael Lapina. And that won't change. That won't change, whether I'm governor or not. And to see someone so eloquent, so much of a leader like Ian Risley and Jesse Harmon, to see them just treat each other as if, in fact, she gives everyone this porcelain cup while she holds the foam cup. This is Jesse. For me, it's so humbling, and so it's a reality check to say, don't get caught up in the titles. Don't get caught up in expectations that's attached to that title. And
Yeah.
I see it all the time when I caught up with Stephanie in Singapore. She's the incoming, at the time, she was the incoming international president. And yet we joked around all the time, and she was just like a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize every single Rotarian treat them as if they all hold a porcelain cup, but also accept the fact that you only deserve the paper cup. So that to me is the greatest lesson and the greatest experience that I've had, where I learned that from Jesse. And I've spoken to Jesse a lot about this, and we've become such good friends because of the authenticity in our relationship, but more so in who we are. We present who we are, not Michael Lapina, District Governor. So
It's amazing.
yeah.
Nakabuntong hininga ako. Sana
Grabe.
ikaw na lang ang mag-react,
Opo.
Ah,
I totally agree, no? That,
yeah.
ano tayo title, pero kasi ang mas mahalaga na nakikita ko is ano ang ginawa mo. Hindi yung kung anong position mo. 'Di ba? Regardless if you are a member of the Rotary, if you are a president, you have the power not to change. But again, it is not the position. It is how you give something. But again, it's not monetary, may it be a service, may it be a capability, katulad ng sinasabi ni Gov kanina, na ang mga tao, lalo na yung makakasalamuhan natin, hindi natin alam kung sino in the future. But if you touch people's lives, no, bakit hindi mo ibibigay ito? Di ba? Why not give open arms, open lahat, di ba? Ganon din po yung akin Naniniwala ako na bakit ipagdadamot ko ang kakayahan ng pagtulong sa iba? Kung ikaw mismo nakita mo na may impact ka pala. So why not don't wag mo ikulong sarili mo, 'di ba? Hayaan mong explore kung makatulong ka o kung anong kaya mong gawin, katulad po noon.
Right.
Na hindi posisyon ang probably ang posisyon ang magiging leverage mo. 'Di ba? May authority ka, mas malawak ang sakop mo. However, ang kakaiba naman sa isang governor, sa president is ang mahirap naman diyan, hindi ka touch base. So ayun ang pagkakaiba, no, mas touch base ka sa mga leaders mo, but yung touch base doon sa mismong service, yun ang kailangan mong i-replicate, no? Yun yung parang gusto kong i-share dito. Yun yung natutunan ko kay Gov. That wag ka ring umalis doon sa touch base sa iyong mismong service.
Yeah.
Kung kay Gov is passion of singing to inspire other people, but naka-touch base pa rin siya, di ba?
Yeah.
So, yun, parang ang dami ko natutunan nga at lalo ako na-inspire to pursue something, no? Kasi ngayon parang iniisip ko po is why not use ito po, yung Kato-Talk, no? As an avenue to inspire more people, no? Though para siyang shotgun approach, 'di ba? Parang hindi natin target yung audience, but hindi yung ba ay i-hold natin sa mga taong gustong makinig, sa mga taong gustong makatulong, 'di ba? Yun yung parang gusto kong i-point out.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Gov. Grabe, nakaka-inspire.
The first time I saw you know, Migs, nung ma-elect si Michael as a district governor, and he said I think I'm one of the first people that learn about it, and he said, Lizelle, guess what? I said, you're here in the Philippines? Sabi niya, no, guess more. Sabi ko, Michael, you're now the governor. You're incoming governor, right? Oh my God! And Michael, since the first time I saw you then in Melbourne, since the first time we chatted, ikaw pa rin yung you're really, you're really authentic. A person when he has a good heart. And after your governorship, alam mo, na-touch ako doon. I fell in love with you twice. The first time I saw you and now. Kasi it's beyond, no? Hindi lang, it's not about the title, it's what you can do. And Michael, I want to say this, that you are an incredible person. You had an infectious personality. You love with your heart and you love your family so dearly. And that's what I admire about you. Yung relationship nyo ng buong pamilya no? And how you made them fall in love with Rotary. And how you bring your amazing talent to help Rotary and people to realize that Filipinos are, amazing. And you're a voice that proudly represent the Filipino and both in spirit and gift, no? Na that you use it so beautifully. You pati pagkanta mo being a leader. So Michael, congratulations for being the first Filipino governor in Melbourne in 9800. And I know, I love your district and I know how much your district fell in love with you. And continue being amazing. And marami nagpapa-shoutout dito. And Michael, thank you for always looking back that you are a Filipino. And we're so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ang dami ko sinabi, isa lang yun. I love you, Michael.
Thank you so
We
much.
love you.
Oh, no, I can't wait to come back there. I really can't. And to spend more time with every single Rotarian there. Do you know the hardest thing about coming to the Philippines is that you're only one district, and I still didn't get enough time to see all of you in the 4 weeks that I was there. But
Yeah.
I've become very good friends with all the other district governors of the Philippines, and I love everything that you do. We have a number of clubs, like Central Melbourne is doing so working with PDG Gina actually to organize a vocational project there in the Philippines. But then also we have another club, Rotary Club of Melbourne, who's doing a lot of WASH programs up in the north, closer to Baguio. So we're doing so many things in the Philippines, and every single time I hear about a project doing a club doing a project in the Philippines, I go to that club and say, "You guys are doing a great job. Keep doing it." And, yeah.
Oh, don't forget Canterbury doing a
they've just come back.
Right?
Those eye programs, they've just come back, and also, when you have your Baguios there, there have been pictures of the 4 meal bags that they send over there, which are the rations that are there for emergency relief. So, Canterbury is a big project with coming there all the time. So.
We have 1 minute left.
Oh,
Michael,
no.
we have 1 minute left.
Ang bilis naman.
Now!
Oh.
Please,
how fast?
more Lazar Dumo, please. Michael.
All'alba vincerò,
Amazing.
Napakahusay.
There you go.
What's happening?
Grabe, napakahusay.
Next, I give you the last word.
Okay. So, grabe. Punong-puno ang puso ko ngayon na para maglingkod sa iba. No? Lalo kong nakita na kahit hanggang ganito pa lang kami, meron pala akong maibibigay. No? So, hindi naman maging governor muna, pero at least naramdaman ko na may mga baby steps na kailangan gawin. And every steps na sinabi nga ni Gov, is may matututunan ka, no? Even the challenges, may matututunan ka. At doon mo lalong makikilala kung sino ka ba talaga as tao, as Rotarian, at doon ko lalo nakita yung word na altruism, no? Yung service beyond. Mas malaki pa sa yung yung passion mo, yung motivation mo. Na talagang kitang-kita ko kay Gov. At I love how you engage not only to your members, but I love how you engage your family as well. So ako rin po, ako ay produkto ng Rotary. Ang tatay ko ay past president. And alam niyo yun, lumaki na kasi kami lumaki na ako sa medical mission. Sabi ko, why not sumama? No? At sumama dahil may makabuluhan naman ang oras at buhay ko. Parang yun yung doon ko nakita na meron naman palang purpose. No? Doon ko nakita yung life purpose na sinasabi nga ni Gov kanina. That at last one na parang lalo kong nakita at na-highlight is Rotary is international. But there's no barriers. Yun ang gusto kong i-point out.
Yeah.
Walang milya ang layo, walang
It goes beyond the barrier.
It goes beyond.
Yes,
Kahit tayo ay magkakalayo, ibig sabihin, iisa tayo. Yung I want that. Thank you very much, Gob. Maraming salamat sa information.
Teka lang.
At sana makarating ako doon. Makarating ako dyan sa board. Dalawin ko dyan.
I hope so.
Michael, wait lang. Before we close, I would like to shout out to DS Rosie Mercadejas, hello daw. And to Marites Tess Bolanade, hello, Michael. And of course, from Bob Gina, hello daw. So sabi niya is he's looking forward to hear your inspiring thought as always. So,
Yeah,
Michael,
wonderful. Can I just have one last thing to say, and it's going to be very, very short. You know, President Stephanie always says, if you've got a heart and hand for service, there's a place for you in Rotary. And I'm going to take it one step further. I'm going to say that Rotary needs you. You, every single one of you, whether you are a Rotarian or not yet a Rotarian, you have something that Rotary needs.
that's right.
So think about being a part of us. We need you.
We need you.
We need you.
Yes.
Awesome.
So, Michael, thank you so much for,
Absolutely.
alam mo, 2 days ago ko lang siya sinabihan Talaga namang photo finish. Thank you, Michael, for always being here, no? Every time we need you,
Always.
you're always there to share. And
Always.
from the bottom of our heart, no? Alam mo yon, mahal ka namin. Mahal ka ng lahat ng mga taga District 3820 na nakasalamuha mo rito. And we will
Likewise.
Yes. And of course, send my love to everyone there, to I saw that you went to Echuca, right?
Yeah.
And we had our SEM break there, and we really met a lot of wonderful Rotarian there. So, Michael, see you here in the Philippines.
I can't wait.
And Migs, Michael will see you in Melbourne.
I can't wait.
Sige.
I'll look after you.
Thank you, Gob.
Awesome.
Okay, with that, overtime na tayo, 8:05 na. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very
for
much.
watching. Bye.